Congrats, everyone. We have made it to week 4. We are almost past the midpoint of the course. And this week, Project 1 is due. Believe it or not, we've actually went through all of the Excel tasks that you will need to complete Project 1. The only difference is in Module 2 and Module 3, we were working with a data set of 30 points, and now you're going to be working with a data set of 50 points. The only task that we didn't complete in Excel that will be part of Project 1 is creating a histogram. I'm going to show you how easy it is to create a histogram with a few clicks, and then you should have everything that you need, at least from the computational standpoint, to complete Project 1. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to need to do is select our data. I'm going to choose the median listing price data, which is in column B of the spreadsheet. To do that, I'm going to bring my mouse over to the letter B, signifying the beginning of the column. I'm going to left click, and then I get the downward arrow, and I'm going to left click again to select my data. Now I'm going to move to the Insert tab in the menu, and I'm going to go to the Chart section. There are a lot of bar-like looking graphs in this area, but the one that we want is this blue graph right here, and we're going to click the arrow to the right to see our options. We want the histogram without the line, so that's going to be our first selection, and we're just going to left click that. And here we have our histogram. Pretty easy. I'm going to extend it a bit just so that we can clearly see that our histogram looks complete. Nothing is truncated at the bottom. Everything is showing. With the histogram, you have your bins or your ranges of data. Think of everything to be a bin to be a bucket. So we're pretty much looking at our data and we're trying to clump it together in certain ranges that we call bins to kind of see how our data is spreading throughout. And our Y axis is actually the frequency or the number of data points that fall within a particular bin. All right, the only thing that we need to do now to make this chart ready to copy into our project is to change the chart title. To do that, we're going to hover the mouse over the words chart title, and we're going to left click. Then we're going to double left click to get our cursor. I'm going to delete the text that's inside, and I'm just going to simply rename this as histogram for median listing price. Oops. All right, hopefully I spelled that correct. If I didn't, please do not butcher me. Again, I do not pride myself on being able to spell well. The only thing that I wanted to note is that we had a little trick for changing the titles and the scatter plots. Unfortunately, histogram charts are one of the charts that Excel lists that you cannot modify with formulas, so we had to manually type the title. But other than that, it is just as easy as creating a scatter plot. Now you have a histogram that is ready to be copied into your project. The only other thing I wanted to add is that you have to create a histogram for every one of your variables. So there are going to be multiple variables in your project 1, so you do have to repeat these steps for every variable. And that's pretty much it for histograms. If you have any questions or you need to reach out to me for any reason, I am always available via email, and you can also reach out to me via the discussion boards. I do